goal today is, well, this is my second stream, but also to get myself better at communicating and talking in front of a camera and imagining that I'm talking to an audience of people and not just myself. I'm tweaking out. But the main idea for today is to make Balatro into a Dungeons & Dragons class. Now, I did work on this a little bit, and I was thinking about making a shorts, series where it's like day one of making a Balatro class. But if you're interested in that, let me know. I don't know, but still. So I think the main thing to do right now, at least, was I was thinking about how can we turn Balatro into a class, right? And my first thought process was, okay, there's the jokers, there's a lot of different things, but I think a lot of the stuff that we need is right here in the collection tab. We have the jokers, we have the decks, the vouchers, tarot cards, planet cards, spectral cards, enhanced cards, seals, editions, booster packs, tags, blinds, etc. Right? So now that we know this and we can use this to our advantage, which I just realized I'm on the wrong thing, so here, let me put this back up. There we go. Yeah, as I was saying, all the stuff that we need is right here. And I was thinking about it because there's a different kinds of jokers. There's the common joker, there is the uncommon, rare, uncommon. Can I get a rare? Or if the rare is rare? Oh, here we go. Like rare, and then there's the legendary jokers, right? Which are down here. I was thinking that because there are 4 kinds of joker types, we could split them into the 4 tiers of play. So for example, right, and I apologize if, I'm switching back and forth a lot, but the idea is that common jokers are in levels 1 through 5. Uncommons are from levels, jokers are from levels 5 through 10. Rare jokers are from level 10 to, not 11, 15, and then legendary jokers are from levels 15 to 20, right? So we have a base idea of that, and I think that's what I want to kind of focus on today. Now, there is a bit of a problem, right? And the problem is, specifically, there's a lot of jokers, right? So if you can go back here, I'm going to be switching back and forth a lot, but if we go back here, you'll see there are 10 pages of jokers, but there's also 150 jokers. So I think what I'm going to do, at least for this stream, is kind of go through the grueling task. Grueling, I love this stuff. And just trying to like figure out what we can do with each of these jokers, what we want to do, and see how it kind of goes from there. So I think we're going to start off with legendary jokers. Why? Because there's 5 of them. I think it'd be a lot easier, to be honest. So let's get into that, right? So first off, here we have the idea. So legendary jokers, levels 15 through 20, right? And there are 5 jokers in this kind of category. First off is going back. There is Perkio, Chicot, my desired, my lovely, Yorick, shout out Yorick, Tribulate, I think I spelled that wrong, Tribulate, and then last but not least, Canio, right? I already had a couple of ideas, but each of these obviously has a different ability associated. And then I'm going to also change the spacing on these because this is low-key ridiculous. Dude, the spacing is so crazy. Not size and rotation, it's text fitting. Oh my gosh. That's fine. Can you swap it out so it's like Space single. That didn't really help. Dang. These are so... That's not what I want either. I guess we could just decrease the size. That's tiny. Do it like this. Okay, so Perkio, and then we'll go over here. So Jokers in Balatro. Do that here. We'll do legendary Jokers in Balatro. With using the fandom wiki page. God bless the people who made this. I'll just open up all of these. Okay, so let's look at Perkio first, right? Perkio is one of the 5 loading jokers, and it spawns a negative copy of 1 consumable. So, negative copy of 1 consumable. Okay, this brings up a huge problem, because I don't know how I'm going to do consumables yet. But that's okay. I'm just going to make a comment of that. What is a consumable in this class? I also do want to say, another idea I did have, and I'll put this over here, is this one. Oh, weird. Hold on. Oh, whatever. We'll just highlight consumable. We'll bold it. There you go. Another idea I had was subclass idea. So for the subclass ideas, I was thinking to myself about things that I couldn't really use. So if we go back to, the actual game itself, you'll see that in the collection there is so many things that we can use, but the question is, how do we use them? So, like, for example, steals will be pretty easy to understand how to use because we can apply them onto, like, cards, right? Additions will be easy to use because we can apply them onto cards, right? But booster packs are a bit hard, right? Because there's a luck factor in there, and we don't really want to add in, like, I guess a luck fact into making, or into, like, playing the Dungeons & Dragons class. I mean, there is luck in, like, rolling dice and etc., but we don't want huge features of your ability to be determined by, like, a booster pack, right? Or just, like, a random assortment of cards that you can draw, or etc. So we can't really use booster packs. We can't really use tags either, right? Or I'm not sure how I would use or involve tags into this kind of thing yet. So we'll see about that. We'll see what happens there. And I don't think we can do blinds either, because blinds would be our opponent in air quotes. I was thinking that we could use. Oh, that's a nice sound. I was thinking that we could use blinds as, like, what's it called? We could use blinds as, like, a debuff to other people. So, like, maybe if, like, for example, where is it, the needle? I want the needle. Where is the needle? Is it the one that looks like a needle? The mouth, the head. Here we go, the needle. So you can only play one hand with the needle. Maybe we can make it like a debuff-centric subclass, where it's like, oh, you apply the needle or you apply a blind onto an enemy, and so the enemy can only use one attack that turn, or etc. I thought that could be pretty cool. So subclass ideas we have using blinds as debuffs. We have what else do we have? Right, we have tarot cards and planet cards. So I'm going to add that in as well. Planet cards and tarot cards. I actually need to make a note for myself on making a hotkey for switching. Hotkey for switching between screens. Because I'm noticing I'm really rapidly going back and forth, and yeah. And thankfully you can't see my spelling. So we're using planet cards and tarot cards as subclass ideas as well. Within Balatro, let's see, what else is there? There's tags. I don't know how I would use tags because that requires skipping. Maybe you could give tags to your friends, your allies? I don't know how that would work though. Spectral cards perhaps as a subclass as well. spectral cards as a subclass. So far we have 4 ideas for subclasses, which is spectral cards, planet cards, tarot cards, and blinds, right? I think that I would like both seals and additions to be, and enhanced card, ooh. I think cards, I think that like enhanced card, seals, and additions, I would like to be a core feature of the class, like something that you're always using, or you have like access to, and it doesn't matter what subclass you're in. So, enhanced cards, what was it? Enhanced cards, seals, and additions. Seals and additions are used for all subclasses, just general. So there will be a general feature rather than anything else. Then we have vouchers. I think I want vouchers to also be, I haven't unlocked all these yet. I do think I would like vouchers to be general, not like a subclass specifically. This is the wrong. There we go. And then decks. For decks, I don't know. I think for decks, might make it a subclass. I'm still up in the air. Decks, subclass, question mark, or general. And then we have jokers. And we're going to talk about jokers. I think that we could do it very similar to how Balatro does it, where you get an amount of jokers, like a maximum of 5. Perhaps we could also like drag it out, so we can set them up like Eldritch Invocations, for example. Maybe. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. So, write all this down. So we had the jokers, legendary jokers ideas, and then using these jokers to matching Eldritch Invocation style. We can also make it like a wizard style where you're picking up different Balatro cards, right? And then you can use them in like a once per short rest kind of style. So one-time use versus long-term use, I think. Term use. Nonetheless, I do think that the jokers themselves should be a lot more flexible, because they are flexible in the game. Like you can get rid of a joker if you need to, you can bind other jokers if you need to, etc, etc, etc. Alright, a little water break. Okay, so now that we have that kind of, the baseline ideas down, and I'm going to recap over here what we've done so far. We've essentially taken all the stuff in the collection, the jokers, decks, vouchers, tarot cards, planet cards, special cards, enhanced cards, seals, addition, booster packs, tags, and blinds, etc. And we're breaking them down into what areas in the class they could be. So, for example, tarot cards, planet cards, special cards would be like subclasses, could be subclasses. Enhanced cards, seals, and additions could be generalized features, right? And so kind of just playing around with that idea so far, I think could be very interesting. Heck yeah. Okay, so now that we have this, I think it's time to go back to what we know, which is the jokers, right? So Perkio creates a negative copy of one random consumable card in your possession at the end of the shop. Oh, excuse me. Right. So this directly would tie into subclasses such as tarot cards, planets, spectral cards. What else? Any other consumables? No, right? No, I don't believe so. Yeah. Right. Then we have Chikot, which disables the effect of every boss blind. Disables effect of every boss blind. So this one is really interesting to me because I don't, dude, I remember reading something about how it didn't really like work, or like sometimes it's like a dud. So well, let me just do this. So disables all boss blinds upon selection, effectively making the boss blind just a regular blind with a higher base score to clear. Right, and a lot of people don't like this Joker, because it's like so mid apparently. But I also heard that like it can help out, so there are some times where in the boss fight it is more advantageous to have Chica because it gives you a benefit. Either or, I had my idea for this one was if we're disabling the effect of every boss fight, I think we can almost directly translate this to canceling out a status effect. Right, so for example, what are the boss points? Boss points are essentially debuffs given to you from the game, right, to try to prevent you from completing it. And a lot of them are, you know, as I was saying, they are debuff centric. They don't help you in any fashion, right? Like the hook gets rid of 2 cards. The ox, first hand is drawn face down. Like all these are all bad things, right? So they're all debuffs, right? I think that when you're applied with a negative status effect, you could perhaps use Chica to cancel out that negative status effect. So essentially, almost like a legendary resistance. Now, mind you, I'm not super concerned about how we're going to be doing like balancing just yet. I'm just kind of spitballing and communicating the kind of general ideas I have for each of the legendary Jokers from levels 15 through 20, right? So that's my kind of idea for Chica, right? Then we have Perkio, we have Chica, right? Then we have Canio. Hi Canio. So it provides a multiplicative mult to all played hands starting at 1 mult and getting 1 mult whenever a face card is destroyed. So Canio gains. Why is this so large? That's what she said. Anyways, Canio. Canio, what are you doing, man? What are you doing, Canio? Canio gains multiplier. Canio gains multiplier when face cards are destroyed. I don't think we have enough information to transform this into a feature yet, or an idea. And the main reason why is because we still don't even know how we're going to be playing around with cards. I do want to highlight this though. The idea for the D&D class is that there are going to be using cards for their main abilities in for combat, right? For example, oopsies. Right. So I think that's incredibly important to highlight. I don't know how I feel about them getting rid of cards or etc. Like, for example, one of the great things about Balatro is that you can always have some deck building, right? Where you break things, you can get rid of cards, you can add cards, you can enhance cards. Like, there's a lot of deck building involved, right? The problem is I don't know if I want the player to be able to get rid of cards, and the reason why is because they're using actual physical playing cards. Like, then if that was the case and they wanted a whole deck of spaded kings, then they need 54 decks, which I don't think is reasonable to ask for the normal D&D player, right? I do think that there are certain situations where we can play around with having multiple decks. Actually, that was one of the ideas for having the tarot card deck, because the tarot cards are so they have so much deck building potential. I think that having maybe playing around with 1 or 3 decks, right? Like something reasonable, because we can't have so much deck building. It's unreasonable for the in air quotes consumer, right? So I don't know what to do with this just yet, but perhaps we can do something where it's like you get rid of your kings, gain multiplier per long rest, and then maybe like the cards come back. That could be interesting. This is kind of an interesting concept. So what I'm kind of talking about is like perhaps the deck building aspect is done throughout the day and then resets at the end of a long rest. And I think this could be very interesting because each long rest is almost like a new... Okay, wait. Hear me out. I think I'm cooking here. Okay, so the deck building aspect is done throughout the day and it resets at the end of a long rest. What does this do? It means that the higher level you get, the more options and deck building potential you have. Yeah, which allows you to do different things. Which allows you to play different things. It's very similar, unironically, to a run of Balatro. Where, like, for example, your first run will probably, end in ante-3 because you're not really accustomed to how to play the game, right? And that could be very similar to, like, early game, right? Or like just learning the game, right? Or early level for D&D 5e, right? So then we can take that and then we can apply it to like the D&D the D&D level. So by level 20, you're really good. You're like Dr. Dr. Spectre is a University of Balatro. Like, shout out him. I love that channel. But like you're level 20 and you're able to deck build. You're able to do tons and tons of things and be very flexible in your playing style. So I think that could be very interesting to play around with. But yeah. So that is interesting. Definitely something to kind of look around. Yeah, that might be the way to go. This is probably like all effects or deck building effects end on a long rest. This could be a very interesting thing to play around with. Okay, we're cooking now. So essentially, like for the long rest, Canio can get rid of your king and you can get a multiplier, right? So that kind of, in air quotes, solves Canio. Now we have Yorick. Hi Yorick. Starts out 1 molt and then gains additional 1 molt for every 23 cards discarded. Okay, so this is all about discarding cards, right? And gains multiplier when 23 cards are discarded. I wonder if the number or letter 23 has anything to do with like history, or if like the creator of the game was just like 23 is a good number. Let's see. I don't know how to turn this into a feature. I also don't know what multiplier is yet, to be honest with you, because I had this other idea as well, so many ideas, on how Balatro damage would work. So, because Balatro has chips times mult, right? And usually the way it works is you have chips times mult, right? And then times like another multiplier, right? Like you have if you have chips, it would be like, what is it, the castle multiplied by the banana, you know what I'm talking about, the banana, and then multiplied by the better banana, right? In D&D, we have a slightly similar thing going on. But I thought the best representation of this and how Balatro does this is to actually do how we play around with attack rolls and damage rolls. So for example, when you are rolling to hit, you're doing 1d10 plus your modifier plus your proficiency, right? Right, and then when you're rolling to attack, or when you're rolling for damage, sorry, it could be 1d10 plus modifier, right? We play around, like, I think it could be very interesting to play around with this rolling to hit and rolling for damage. In addition, I think it could be very, very interesting to, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it could be very interesting to play around with the 1d10. So we could like do 2d10 or 3d4 or 5d6, right? Using, you know, how there's chips x mult. For us, this chips x mult is equal to the number of die and the type times the type of die, right? And I think that could be very fun to play around with. So as to how the actual, like, the multiplier would work, I'm not too sure yet, which is a deficit going into it because we're working on legendary jokers right now and we don't have a full understanding of how the class works, but nonetheless, we're still building things out, which is good. It's good progress, right? I'm gonna have to get some more water at some point, so maybe in like 15 minutes I'm gonna take a quick water break. So we have the concept of Yorktown. Now we have Tribulate, right? 2 times mult when any kings or queens are scored. Times 2 mult when kings and queens are scored. Interesting. What to do with this one? I think we're in a very similar situation with Canyo, where it's playing around. We just really need to figure out how this Balatro, how we are transferring the chips x mult feature into D&D 5th edition, right? I think this is the main thing, because we have 3 ideas. We have this kind of, actually it should be more like this, right? Oopsies. Right, where, you know, as an example, like this, you have 3 ideas. You have the rolling to hit, rolling for damage, and then chip multiplier. I honestly think I'm probably gonna use the rolling to hit and rolling for damage, and be playing around with these in the Joker types, or like the actual Jokers, and then leave the multiplier to this. I still don't know what I want to do, especially because I think multiplying your damage in D&D 5th edition probably wouldn't be like a good thing. Like, there's no actual multiplier in D&D 5th edition. It hasn't been done, and if you did, like, if you multiplied rogue damage in D&D Class, if you multiplied any damage by 3, like, it's obviously starting to outclass everything, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I do not know yet. Okay. That being said, we have the legendary Jokers outlined, not done. The closest one to being done is Chia, which is the easiest one to do because it's essentially just a legendary resistance, or you can play around with that. But the question is, these Jokers, ooh. I think this would have to be like a spell slot sort of situation. Because hear me out, right? Spell slot situation. I'm thinking if I could get a table in here, do like a 5x5, right? If it's like 5x5 is not good. What's the actual like D&D table? It's 20, and then it's 20, and it'd be 10. Oh, this is so ugly. Okay, just like squash this. No. Okay, that's helpful. expand it a little bit. Alright. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Okay, let me show you my point with a better example. Let's do Cleric D&D 5 5th edition. Wiki don't. Okay, let's do D&D 1 because I think that's more professional. So, spell slots per spell level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it goes to 9. And we get these spells known, right? And we have the spells that we can like cast in a day, right? I think we could really play around with this, and I think we can make it very similar in the essence of let's bring back the text box. So in the essence of like, you have a number of jokers that you know that you have discovered that you have discovered. You can use like 5 jokers per day, or like a regular amount. I don't know. Jeez. You can use like 5 jokers per day, or choose 5 jokers at the end of a long rest. I think this could be really interesting. This sense of the Joker, the Balatro class, to be very flexible, which is a good and a bad thing, because the more flexibility something has, the stronger it usually tends to be. Like, we don't really want a Joker or a class to be able to fill every single role, and it usually should fit into one specific role. That being said, with the Balatro class, because of how it is, there is a quick disclaimer that I wouldn't tell everyone because no one's in chat. But that's okay. I'm working on it. Which is, I am right now not concerned about stepping on the toes of other classes. I don't think that is something to be concerned with right now. Because that's a huge thing in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, where it's like respecting people's, respecting classes' thematics. And like, you shouldn't have like a sneaky class or like a rogue sneaky class if there's already the rogue, right? So right now we're just trying to figure this out and apply things and see how it goes. I just wanted to give that a highlight. Again, we're spitballing, we're throwing string at the wall, etc. That being said though, the spell slot situation is actually pretty interesting, and I think I would love to expand on it a little bit more. But I think it's time to tone back, relax for a quick second, and I think go back to our jokers. Go back to our jokers. Jokers. Also, I'm gonna delete all the rest of these slides. Thank you, slides go. Oh no. There we go. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, that's so cool. Okay. So we have all of these. Spell slot situation. We have legendary jokers. Let's start to expand this a little bit more. So let's go to the rare jokers. Rare jokers, which is levels 10 through 15. We'll do page 1. Because I know that, like, with how this looks, not like a lot. Also, we could probably swamp this up to be a little bit better, so we can insert like a table. Was this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? We can do more, right? So 5. Let's try 11. 11 is good. I get rid of these. Here. Oh shoot! Oopsies. Shoot. Here. Oh. Ah. There we go. And then let's input a table of like 15 to, no, 15 is too large. This is it. This is the stream. 13 too large. 11, yeah. 11 has to be related to Chronic Obsidian somehow. Okay. So let's go here, and then just drag this from here. and just expand this out wide. And let's move this like over here. And then actually let's increase this and stretch this bad boy up. Okay. The reason why I'm doing this is because we're going to be putting our jokers into here, right? And then we'll have like the effect on the left hand side. So that being said, let's get into the different kinds of jokers. So jokers, there's a whole list of them. Let's find. We wanted legendary, we got legendary. Okay, so rare. DNA. If the first hand of the round. Oh, wow, okay. I haven't even thought about how to input DNA into this. If the first hand of the round has only one card. Oh, I should make this free, huh? I just. Insert row to the right. Perfect. DNA. Actually, let's just do it. DNA. Dude, shout out Vagabond, Baron, was it Obelisk? I don't know if I spelled that right. Obelisk, baseball card, I think I'll actually just gonna go ahead and lower the size of this. I'm also gonna go ahead and make this mirror sync. Yeah, okay. Also because this bothers me. Baseball card, Ancient Joker. Ancient Joker, Campfire Blueprint, Blueprint. Wee Joker. Wee Joker's rare? Whoa, okay, I didn't know. Wee Joker. Hello, Wee Joker. Hit the Road. The Duo. Oh, okay, I have the whole family. The Duo. Not delete this without. Okay. The duo, the trio, trio, family, the trio, the family. Then it was the order, the family, duo. Yeah, so duo, trio, the family, the order, the tribe. Stuntman, wow. Stuntman. Invisible Joker. Brainstorm. Driver's license. Driver's license. Yeah. Okay. Invisible Joker, Brainstorm, Driver's license, Burnt Joker, and then yeah, Burnt Joker. Joker. Jonkler. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, yeah. And then let's go ahead and grab the. It's okay. We'll play around with this. Let's grab these. Baron. Oh, dude, I don't know how many fucking Obelisk, bro. Also, Obelisk is not like all that. Okay, yeah, no. I don't think I like that. Okay, let's just go through it. So, Joker, first hand of round has the only. I guess I am doing. Not what I want. Do this. Let's go ahead and turn this on and lower this. Yeah, okay. Okay, first hand of round has only one card. Add a permanent copy to deck and draw it to hand. We all know how this works with D&D. Right? So how do you want it to work in D&D? This is about manipulating the deck over time, right? Because as you play the game more, D&D gets stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Because you can copy and copy and copy and copy and keep copying cards. The problem with this though is that in our short-term version, so like with our spell, like how we have spell slots for example, it doesn't work because then we just refresh at the end of the day. Like our whole idea kind of gets tossed out the window. So what can we do? We could do something where the longer you have it, the better it is. So like, for example, you keep track of how many long rests you had it for, right? So if you keep track of how many like long rests you've had it for, it gives you benefits equal to that. So for example, like for example, if we're in D&D and I know we haven't the Dungeons & Dragons hasn't done this, right? So again, I'm spitballing here. But if you're keeping track of long rests, so if you have D&A for, let's just say 10 long rests, then you can apply, like you can make 10 of the same card, or perhaps you can do, you can create 10 tarot cards, 10 of the same tarot cards. Tarot card, or alteration of a card. So for example, if I need to get a deck of cards. If I have a deck of cards, right, and then I decide, oh, let's go ahead and play around with it, no. Wait, if I have a deck of tarot cards and it resets at the end of a long rest, so you have a fresh blank, having D&A 10 times will allow you to have 10, probably not the Hanging Man, maybe 10 Empresses, right, that you can apply onto 10 cards. I think would be probably the best way to go about this. Because again, this ties back to deck building, and this ties back to the fact that not everyone's gonna have 54 decks to play around with. Right? I would love that to happen, but that's just not the case, right? There is a problem, which is I don't know. Here, we'll put it as. Don't know how to signify vaults, bonus chips, editions, seals, etc. So there's no way to do that. And the reason why I say that is because there is a physical aspect and component to this actual game, or this subclass. By having the physical substance of a card deck, And by being able to modify that card deck, the problem is that we don't have a way to like show that a certain card has mult or a certain card doesn't have mult, right? Ugh. Maybe I'll make a spreadsheet program for it. But like that is a problem. My original idea was, unironically, like you could put like a star sticker on the card, and then like that will signify that you have like +4 molt to it or something. I don't think that is gonna work in the long run at all. Especially if you're just like repeating it at the end of the long rest. So I'm not really sure. TBH. But yeah. Okay, this is where I'm gonna go get some. Oh, hey. What if we're DNA? Oh, dude. Hi. Wait. Oh, this is so sweet. Oh my gosh. Hi. What if for DNA you could do something like once per long rest create a duplicate of a card? My thing is, how long have you been in the stream for, Kai? Or Kyo2787, sorry. Because, the reason, just like a couple of minutes? Okay. The reason why I asked is because, as I've been working on it, I came up with the idea that there's a deck building problem. And what I mean by the deck building problem is that one of the amazing features of Balatro is that you can deck build, right? You can add empresses, you can add molts, you can add holographic cards, foil cards, etc., right? You can alter the actual physical cards. In addition, you can also add in cards or get rid of cards through like Hanged Man. The problem is that because we're actually using a real deck of cards, and we don't have like another like app or anything that like helps keep track of it, the only way to get like 52 like spaded kings is to have 52 decks. There is no other way, right? And so I'm trying to make the class like deck friendly, and we've talked about this before as well, where it was like figuring out like having 1 to 2 decks might be reasonable, maybe even 3 decks might be reasonable, but having 52 decks because you want 52 spaded kings is unrealistic. And so my thought process was that if you want to do some deck building, I thought what could be interesting was to reset it at a long rest. So, like for example, at the beginning of the day, you can alter your cards how you want them, and then at the end of the long rest, it just resets, right? That doesn't really solve duplicating and getting rid of duplicating cards. It does kind of solve getting rid of cards, but I'm still working on that, to be honest. But I like your idea, definitely, for the DNA. Like, what if you could do something like once per long rest, create a duplicate of a card? Look, you're gonna type that out. I'm gonna steal your ideas, Kia. Of a card. There you go. But that was my like thought about it, because I don't know what to do about deck building just yet. Again, I think it's unrealistic to have like not like for a player to have 1 bajillion decks, right? And I don't know how you can signify that like their cards altered or etc. A little tricky for sure, but yeah. That being said, I will be right back. I'm gonna get some water. Bless. Alright, back onto the grind. So, last we were talking, it was about DNA, as Kyo mentioned, and we're going through rare jokers. We have come along this problem of not knowing how to play around with like spell slots and stuff like that, right? And like figuring out how to play around with like deck building. It's like a deck building problem. So that will probably be in the back. It will need to be addressed at some point. Right now, I think holding off on that because I really just don't have a response or an answer to it. It's just going to be the move for me right now. Until then, I think I'm just going to keep on going through each of these jokers and figure out how to apply these jokers into a D&D context. I do know for Invisible Joker, I want the player to become invisible. I know that. Turn the player invisible. Oopsies. I do know this, right? The original actual thing for a Joker is like after 2 rounds you can sell. Here, we'll just take this. We'll do just. Oh, why are you like that? Why are you doing? Make this black, and then there you go. So after 2 rounds, let's duplicate, and then it duplicates a random Joker. We could apply this onto an actual Joker, but dude, there's so many things to figure out. Specifically, the role that Jokers have in the game. What role do Jokers have in the class? This is a good general question. Okay, so I talked earlier about like you've discovered a number of Jokers, and this would be very similar to knowing spells. What's a class that knows spells? Wizard. Is it wizard? There's prepared spells. Oh, dude. Prepared spellcaster versus sorcerer versus a wizard. The Jokers feel like they could be something similar to Eldritch Invocations. Dude, that's what I was saying! Eldritch Invocations. I was thinking about that, right? And I don't know which route to go for, right? Because I do agree though with Eldritch Invocations. Dude. Okay, so this is my thought process, right? Eldritch Invocations work really, really well because all the Jokers have a benefit to them. So let's just look up Eldritch Invocations 5e, right? I guess it would be a lot like Eldritch Invocations, yeah. Yeah, it would. No, you're fully right. It would be a lot like Eldritch Invocations because there are a lot of passive benefits, and when they're used, they don't disappear. So that is which is unlike spell slots or spells spell slots. Okay, so if we know that Jokers fit a role of an Eldritch Invocation, Warlock, D5e, right? And the question is, invocations no, right? So how many Jokers do they start with? How many Jokers do they start with? Right? What Jokers do they have access to? I already kind of answered this a little bit with the common, uncommon, rare, and legendaries, being the tiers of play. Like we could do prerequisites on them. So, for example, like I know what's it called? Like a prerequisite, there's an Eldritch Blast cantrip, but for a Joker, it could be the actual level. Yeah, here, level 12 level, hack the Talisman's feature. Now, the question is, okay, if that's the case, yeah, how many Jokers do they get at the beginning? How many Jokers do they know? How many Jokers are discovered? Do they have do they know or see all the Jokers and then make their choice? Do they, how flexible are these Jokers? So like the question is more so how often can you get rid of a Joker, right? Or in this case, in Eldritch, how not rid? How often can you swap a Joker? Probably on a long rest. Honestly, we have almost enough to start building a homebrew over here. It's new, it's create from blank. How many changes the first phase? Oh. What's my draft? Oh, it's this one. Okay, not important. Cool. Images, tables. We could do a class table, and we could do a martial class table. There you go. Then this will be our little Joker, Jonkler. Oh shit. You know what? Jonkler counter. Okay. And then we have different features. Under simplifications. Okay. So, all right. Okay. I had a thought. Crazy, I know. Crazy idea. I had a thought. Which was perhaps the common, uncommon, rare, legendary, like the Jokers being equal to the tiers of play, may not be the move. And the reason why I say that is because, like, early game, you could unironically, like, open a spectral pack. Or not a spectral, you can open a, no, it is a spectral. You can open a spectral pack and get a legendary Joker. So, when you get certain Jokers, it's not always, like, it's not tied to, like, an ante, right? Perhaps we should follow suit with that. I kind of like concept and idea, and make it so that you have access to all the Jokers. But I was thinking we can do it like meta magic. So for, hear me out. Maybe I'm making this more complicated. Meta magic, right? But like each common, uncommon, rare, and legendary Joker is worth a certain amount of points. So, what was it? Rarity of Joker equals points. And as you level up in the class, you get more and more and more and more points. So much so that, for example, you could have like 2 commons and 1 uncommon, right? Or you could have like 2, like 1 uncommon, one common, 1 uncommon, 1 rare, 1 legend, only just 1 legendary. I think that could be interesting to expand upon. But I do not also know how to play around with that. it would work very similar to the Wizard's second level feature, D&D 5e, where they can regain. Let's do this a little more professional, shall we? Arcane Recovery. So Arcane Recovery is you can regain some of your magical energy by studying in a spellbook. When you finish, oops, my throat's drying out. Ugh. When you finish a short rest, you can choose expended spell slots to recover. The spell slots can have a combined level equal to no more than half your wizard level, round up, and none of the slots can be 6 level or higher. So, essentially, it is a way for you to recover spell slots, but it turns spell slots into numbers that you can play around with, right? So you could choose to get, like, if you're 4th level, you could choose, you know, 1 level 2 spell slot or 2 level 1 spell slots, right? If that, so maybe we could play around with something like that. Because that would feel, I think, a little bit better than having a stark difference of, oh, you have all commons till you reach level 5, and then you'll most likely be taking all uncommons, and then you'll be taking all rares, and then you'll be taking all legendaries, which I don't think feels good. And it feels a little weird, right? Especially because each combination of cards like don't all work together necessarily. So I think that definitely is something to play around with. I actually really like it. I'll be honest with you. So to expand this idea out, it could be, dude, I got this little like marker thing so I can draw on it, but I don't think it doesn't stay, which is actually so saddening. But if I am to do, maybe I'll just make a whiteboard. Whiteboard slide. Just delete this. So like, let's do black, and then we'll make the line a little passy. Shape passy. That's not what I want either. Oh, brush width. Okay. Oh, that's gross. This one's too thick. This one's too small. This one's just right. Okay. So, it would be like common jokers, uncommon. Okay. Rare, and then legendary. And then as you level up, you know, if commons are 1 point, uncommons are 2 points, rares are 3 points, and legendaries are like, we'll do 5 points for some reason. Just cut it off. Oopsies. What? Why did it all go away? No. Okay. What the? Alright, whatever. Fine. I don't even want to play around with this stupid thing anyways. It doesn't even matter. I don't even care. It's not even that important to me. Uncommons, rares. We'll do like this. So, common, uncommon, rare, legendary. 1, 2, 3, 5. And then we take this, we drag it up, and then we can apply something like this, where as you level up, you get more and more points. So at level 1, you get 1 point. Or maybe there should be the blocked access. You can have a max of. Ugh, what a headache. Because I also have to think about like the synergies between all the cards. But the cards don't even do anything yet. So, what a freaking headache. Okay. We could do points are equal to your level. So you get 1 uncommon at level 2. So by level 5 you can have a legendary. That doesn't sound right. Which makes me want to feel like I want to block off certain jokers at certain levels. I think legendary jokers blocked until the 4th hero play. I feel pretty similar about it for rares. But not the worst thing in the world. It's so tricky, bro. So tricky. Okay, I think I need something easy right now. I need something easy to knock out of the park to get me back into the flow. What's a card that's easy to apply? None of these are easy to apply. Ah, here we go. This one's easy. Wait, where are you? Mr. Bones. Dude, this one's easy. Imagine I make it and then it's just not easy at all. We'll do uncommon. Delete this. Got it. Here, 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 and here. So, Mr. Bones allows the player a 25% chance if chips are scored at least, and then it self-destructs. This is fire, because I can already imagine how this would work. Can you imagine how it works? Oh, what the heck, why is that weird? Ugh. Ugh. Disgusting. Okay. My thought process with this one was, maybe there's like a passive benefit. Here, we'll add this to the ideas. Passive benefits, jokers, and then active benefits. Don't know what that would look like, but we can explore that a little later. So maybe the passive is like advantage on death saving throws. And then perhaps the active is like being used. The card is gone. Is gone, but you're dropped to 1 hit point. I think that could be. I think that's pretty solid by itself, right? So that's not a bad feature. If I do say so myself, I think the idea though is like passive versus it being active. And it prevents death if chips are scored at least 25% of the required chips and self-destructs. We could play it into this, where it's like, if a damage equals like 25% of your health. Oh, I really don't like that already. Of your if damage equals 25% of your health and would like kill you. You can drop to 1 hit point. I already don't like this because it's 25% and D&D 5e doesn't do percents, and I don't want to do percents either because that is so freaking deaking. Who even likes math? That's a real question. Do people who like math are not even real? Not even real, I tell you. Okay. That's an easy one. Thank God for that one. Let's see what else. Your Joker, Throwback, Rough Gem, Arrowhead, Class, Showman. Dude, what does Showman even do? Because Showman is all about being based on, like... Oh, maybe it's like you can only have... Oh, that could be interesting. That is interesting. Hold on. Wait. Pause. Pause. So, I think actually... Mr. Showman actually brings up a great point. Mr. Showman in my head. That talks to me, speaks to me in my sleep. the point that you can only have one Joker once. Joker once. That's not the right wording, but I mean like you can't have two of the same Joker, right? I think that's important. I also think that the showman actually should also block that as well. Does showman probably doesn't, but does showman change probabilities of getting Jokers? Balatro. The math of showman. Okay. What the heck? Oh my god, what is this? Oh. Ah. Okay. Either way, that's crazy. Anyways, showman should be able to like unblock that. I think which would be pretty cool. Showman, you write down. Oh, this also applies to planet cards. Okay, well I don't have an answer to planet cards just yet, or tarot cards, but I have a semi-answer for the feature, which is allows you to pick up the same Joker more than once. I don't know, maybe cap at 2, max of 2. And the reason why I say that is because like if you have like 5 Joker slots and you have Showman, and the thing about like the game is that there's a luck element to it where you don't even know what Jokers you're going to be getting in general, which kind of like it gave us Showman naturally, right? But in this, like in D&D and how we have it set up, it seems like you get to choose what Jokers you have, and so I think it's unfair to have Showman and then like, oh, let me just like you should grab Showman and then grab, you know, if Baron's gonna keep doing Baron things, right? Like I'm gonna grab Baron 15 times, you know. Like I don't think that's gonna work as it is. So maybe just keep it at max of 2. And that also applies to like both like Blueprint and Brainstorm. Brainstorm doesn't really work. Well, it works the same as Blueprint, but they need to have different, they have the same effect, it's just that Blueprint is to the right, and then Brainstorm is all the way to the left. But for Joker cards, we don't have a lineup. You know, there's not like a lineup of what Joker cards you do or do not have. Which is like a bit, not a problem, but it's just what it is, right? Because you're not gonna have your like physical, like you're not gonna be like, oh, I have my thing. Like, I mean, you might, because you actually know. This is the Balatro class. There you go. Showman, like, what was I saying? Yeah, because like you don't have a lineup, which is something to keep in track. So I'll write that down and look at the notes and the concerns. Brainstorm and Blueprint. There isn't a lineup, which means that we're just going to be a bit more specific on what it affects, and there's not going to be a series on how it affects it. So like, we have to be more specific, like, oh, if it changes the die, or if it changes how many dice you can roll, or if it changes the attack modifier, etc. Alright, moving on. What's another easy one? Dude, oops, all 6s feels like a savage attacker, but I'm not gonna do that just yet. Also, there's a lot of ones that make money. I don't know what to do with the ones that make money, because you can't really make money in, like, you shouldn't have a class that makes money, like a feature that makes money, if that makes sense, because then it's just broken, because then you disable the economy, and you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff. And like Chaos the Clown too, 1 free reroll per shot. I don't know what this does, because it's all about finding more cards. This is gonna be a long project. I expected me to be done with this in like 11 to 10 weeks, but like it might be even longer. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to do with the money. Maybe money is health. Maybe when you play certain cards, you get like temporary hit points. I'll add that down to my notes, my list. Temporary hit points replacing money. Okay. Let's see what else. Freaking egg. I mean, already fortune teller, juggler. Juggler and drunkard should be used, but that does bring up another thing, which is how do discards and hands work in D&D Balatro? So many questions, not enough answers. Yeah, there's like why would I even bring a golden ticket, right? Okay. Dude, I don't know what to do with all this. It's a lot. For all the jokers that are tied to specific suits, you could just make it so that it gives a small bonus to whatever the suits of the cards do. For all the jokers that of the jokers that are tied to specific suits. So, for example, we can do this is a Hearts one. Here we go. Wrathful Joker. You could just make it so that it gives a small bonus to whatever the suits of the cards do. Oh, I see. Are you talking about the homebrew class I made a long time ago, the Jack, where it was like every single suit had a different thing going on for it. So for example, like spades were his damage, clubs were clubs. Yeah, okay. Actually, I love that idea. Thank you. Okay, I'm actually. Kyo coming in clutch with the sick assist. It gives a small bonus to whatever the suits of the cards do. For example, Wrathful Joker increases damage, which is actually, dude. Oh, dude, I completely forgot about the fact that I was going to use this class to inform my decisions for the Balatro class. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. For context for anyone in chat that isn't Kyo, shout out. I don't know if you're here or not. I actually can't see how many people are watching me. I made this class a while ago. It's like a custom class, and it plays on blackjack. And each class feature, each suit, right, of the thing did a different thing. So spades was damage, hearts was healing, diamonds was all about buffing, and clubs was all about debuffing. But yeah, honestly, that's a great thing. And this covers like greedy Joker, lusty Joker, wrathful Joker, gluttonous Joker. I think the question is just more so, like how much of an increase, you know what I mean, and how to play around with that. Wow. Alright, small break time. I'm gonna play freaking a round of Balatro. Oh my goodness. Dude, I can feel like steam coming out of my head. New run. Let's do... Dude, let's do Painted Jack. Ugh. We're gonna go for the full house, and it's delivered to us in a silver platter. Dude, I don't know what to do about a freaking, do I need this? I don't know what to do with, I did have this cool thought though, with, what's it called? The different subclasses. So there's I was planning on doing like there's a planet subclass, a tarot card subclass, right? I was actually, oh, fire. I should not have, oh, huge fumble. Okay, whatever. Is what it is. Seven. 10, 9, 8, 7. So I need a jack or a 6. Jack or a 6. I want a 6. Give me a 6, bro. Oh, I don't even have any more. Okay. But I thought for the planets, I thought what could be interesting was like each level, or you know, playing around with like the long rest kind of thing. You could upgrade a planet. And each planet would have would not only upgrade the actual the hand. So for example, it would not only, if we're doing Neptune, it would not only increase the straight flush. So it would go from, since straight flush is really strong, and I made the damage for that 1d20. So it'd be it'd be 1d20, right? And it would not only increase, so that maybe it's 2d20, but instead now it also would, I would love to see it do something else, like a miniature effect. And I was thinking as you level up, these miniature effects grow and increase. So for example, Neptune is just kind of spitballing here, but Neptune is Poseidon in Greek mythology. I thought it could be cool to that when you attack or when you play out a straight flush, right, that you are dealing cold damage, maybe if you're doing spades or something along those lines. I thought it could be really cool and fun to play around with, especially because as I was thinking about it, there's not a lot of what's it called, 10, 9, 8, 6, because the problem with the planet card subclass in my head was that it was very stable, and unlike the tarot card where it seems like there's going to be a lot of deck building, planets just kind of flat increase everything. So I thought having effects for each of the different planet cards could be very fun to play around. Honestly, this is the part where I'm going to start to farm for Faceless Joker, because I'm just such a goat, you know? Oh, well, I even... Wait. Do I even save? Oh, I do. Okay. Oh, I've saved for a while. Okay, I'm fine. Oh. Oh, wow. Deck building. Deck building. this Joker is disgusting. 987 6 98765. So I don't need these. And I don't need you. And then we'll just start to play. And 9876. There you go. And 9876. There we go. Getting that moolah, getting that cash. Yeah, I don't know what to do about this shit. That's nice. I have an idea for planet cards. I don't know what to do about deck building. Deck building is such a... I want to say a problem, because it kind of... it's like a little bit... I don't know what to do with deck building. Okay, well... 98765. 300 more. 9, 8. Yeah, I don't even know. There's no 10 so far. Maybe a lower. 7, 6. 5 seem a little scary. Alright. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ace. There you go. Well, how do you deck build mainly in Balatro itself? Oh, look at that. You deck build through tarot cards, right? And different jokers. My primary concern is how do you represent that in the actual deck of cards that you're holding, right? Because my thought process is, again, you have a deck of physical cards with you. You bring it to your D&D game. When you do, you will be play. You can my brain's shutting off. Okay, so I got a deck of cards. I go to the table. I'm playing D&D with my friends, right? Let's just say, for example, I'm using like the tarot card subclass, right? And I have the devil, right? How am I going to represent that this card is has gold on it, right? Do I put a sticker on it? Do I put it in a spreadsheet? Is there I'm just trying to see if there's a better way to do that. In addition, it's easy to do a hangman, because you just take your deck of 52 and then you get rid of 2 cards, right? So in the long run, it's easier to pick up other cards. But if you're adding in new cards, if I want to add in another king, how am I going to do that, right, when I don't have other cards from other decks? That's what I'm the most concerned with, or I have the biggest, in air quotes, problem with right now. Dude, I'm almost out of slots. If I'm going for a hanging Chad, I shouldn't go for straights, but methinks magician. But I think I'll go judgment. And I am rewarded. That's crazy. Hanged man. I'm doing superposition, but I'm getting value off of faceless. Then I want 2, 3, 4, 5s, so I don't want these 8s. Is that right? Yeah, that should be right. Yeah. Yeah. Time to go for a superposition run. That's crazy. Okay. Ace, King, Jack, 7, 5, 5, 4, 3. Get rid of an ace. Ace, King, Queen. So I just need a queen for this one. But Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5 brings home the money. Here. Boom, boom. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5. No fortune. It's no more kings. So 4. There we go. Ace, King, Queen, Jack, 10. I don't feel like the superposition run is gonna work out for me in the long run, I'm not gonna lie. I have a bad feeling about this. Sixes can become anything else. Honestly, hanging is probably good here. Just get rid of these 7s. Yeah. Goodbye. Spectral pack. Well, I gotta head out, but I'm glad I could help. Thanks, Kyo. I appreciate it. I love you. But have a good night. Sleep well. Let's see. Okay, I got a purple seal. Medium. Moon strength. Ace, Ace, King, Queen, 10. I probably would be getting rid of these, like, 9s, I reckon. So, here, we'll apply it there. Let's go next. There we go. Guys, I think we should start moving these up to 10s, so let's just use our strength here. We have 4 of a kind, but that's not really the point. We'll get rid of these. And we're gonna hope for a 3 is what we want. And we do get it. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which lands up our superposition, which gets us spades. 9, 7. So we can start to get rid of a couple of these cards. Honestly, it's really kind of angling us towards there, but I am a huge fan of the spades more than clubs, I reckon. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. 9, 7, 5. Get rid of the 2 here. Hangman pops up again. Ace, 2. Here we go. And then we have a straight. I need to get rid of the faceless joker. It's not really serving me anymore. And now we're at a situation where I need 200 more mults. So how do we bring this up? We could do another one where we just sell this 2, 3, 4, 5, and ace for another 3rd straight, getting us our superposition value. Brings Empress will help us out in the long run. But this kind of mult right here is kind of scaring me. And there's not a lot of answers to it. I do think we should get rid of Face's Joker, especially if we're going from like both angles. We get Deja Vu, which is kind of crazy. I kind of want to put it more on the Ace of Hearts. Do I want to put in the yeah, because if I'm going with a superposition run, then it's probably best to do that. So here we go. And then we'll open up a standard pack. Red 8, we can level this up over time, or we can go for the ace. I think for what we want right now, we have a lot of things. I think we need to necessarily. We have red. I think I'm willing to bring it up. I reckon. And I think at this point we could start searching through. There's a 3 of a kind, but we're going for straights right now. Doesn't really work out. We have Drunkard, which is +1 discard. Could work well with Faces Jokers for money, but I don't think that's really what we're going for right now. I think we're just gonna have to go next. All club cards are debuffed for this one. And we do have Hanged Man. I think in this case we should just get rid of these 2, call it a day, and then get rid of this 9, and then see what pops up. Ace 2, here we go, Ace 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then I think at this point we should really start capitalizing on these tarot cards that we're producing. 2, 3. Go. And we probably do have to use a lot of them. We have the devil here. Ace. We could do. We could either search for a queen or pop this. And I'm actually much more willing to go for something like this, to be honest with you. There you go. We get Wheel of Fortune. We're almost done. We're gonna get out of this just fine. So the question is now, how do you want to play around with this? We can go for a discard here. Ace, King, Queen, Jack. There we go. Oh, it doesn't even matter. Dang. Actually, we're just gonna go ahead and also just double this so we can just get some more money. Ace, King, Queen, Jack, 10. There we go with the straight. And that will be enough. Okay, the Hierophant. There we go, 11. So, we have 2 duelists. We have Jupiter. We're gonna go for the blank. And then we're gonna go ahead and go for the Mega Arcana pack here. We get Hermit, which we're gonna take. Unless it's just a devil. Hermit all the way. Now, do you want to go for like something like a Magician? Probably not. I think I'm just gonna go for the Fool and just continue our Hermit for even more money, just so we can really find a way to get rid of this. Now we have a card shark, kind of huge. I'm gonna be taking this. Ooh, and a negative walkie-talkie, which can hit on the 4s and the 10s for our little thing. I think since we have the money, I may as well take it. I don't think it's gonna hurt us any way, shape, or form. Mail-in rebate's a good money maker, but I don't think we can use it right now. We're gonna go next. The blind is gonna be play only 1 hand, so we're gonna have to really power. That also doesn't work well with our card chart, which is unfortunate. We're gonna Empress this, and we're just gonna start to really like take advantage of the fact that we just got like a natural straight. Yeah, which is cleared it by 7,000. Will that be enough? It will be enough. Okay, that is good news. We have the potential to cover it. We'll open up this Arcana pack down here. We are going to go ahead and go for the Hermit for the $20 and just really start to search for ways to. This is crazy. I will take this King. I think we continue on trying to find ways to benefit our setup. We have Judgment, not going to really work out for us. I think we're just going to go ahead and go next. We have the Chariot, King, I think. Here we go. Discard these. Another King. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and Chariot this and get rid of some of these. Here we go. We get the Emperor. We're going to use it. And not really what we wanted, but I was being pretty stingy with it. So let's see. 4, 3, King, Queen, Jack, 10, 9. Unfortunately, it's probably we're going to have to use. Or we can already just do this, and we can just turn some of these. No, I think because look at our deck, right? Full deck wise, we're much more into space and hearts, so let's just keep it that way. Keep some consistency and go with a low straight. Unfortunately, not going to hit our superposition. Is what it is. Now they all come flooding in. We're going to go ahead and start to actually go ahead and try to capitalize on that. No 5s. Crazy, actually. We're just going to go for a 2 pair, and I think that might be enough to finish. Yep. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Move on. Go ahead. Gold, straights. This could be good, but we don't really have enough space. Temperance or High Priestess or Seal card. I think in this case, going for High Priestess or Temperance would be good. I think we're just going to go for Temperance. Another Arcana pack, take this up. Lovers, now we go for High Priestess with Saturn. And we're going to go ahead and sell the Mercury. Then we have Ice Cream, Pluto. Neither of this is going to help us. This actually might be good if we're going for highs, but we want the flexibility probably more so. Earth, full house, not going to be any use to us. We'll take this justice and we'll move on. So we can only play one hand here. And I am very, very aware of the fact that I might be abysmally wrecked, but that is okay. So we're going to go ahead and do this. We get the world. I think we're going to go for a high one. In fact, actually, I could glass red seal this, which I'm a bit scared about. And part of me thinks that I will be okay if I don't do it. So I'm going to go ahead and go for this. And I'm going to try my best to look for a king. Please. I do get a king. Okay. Ace, king, queen, jack, 10. Now the question is, do we justice the ace? I think that I should, because in the long run that's probably what we want to do. But I'm scared that it'll break. And if it breaks, then, you know, I mean, we're down an ace. So I think I'm going to risk it for a biscuit. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this, and this into spades. So ace, king, queen, jack, 10. Play it, cross our fingers. There we go. And we are okay, hitting 17. Which is a new record for ourselves. Splash, parking, not going to be really not going to help anymore. Saturn, huge. There we go, we keep going. None of this is really going to be useful for us, but we'll just take this. Justice, I do want to use. We get the Fool. I think that I'm going to want to sell this, buy this, and we move on. So we get 11,000 here. I think we can already we're oh dude, this is tricky. Okay, I think now is the time where we start to go for this. And then before we do get rid of this, see what it pops out. Hermits, we do not have a 3 or anything else up here for that matter. We do get it, so we're gonna go ace, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm actually gonna take this for the hermit and go. Burst through with 12,000. That's good, but in the long run, not really. We'll go ahead and open this Arcana pack. We have the Fool, which creates the Fool, so we can't really use it. Do you want to sun some things? We can also phase a couple more. So let's just look at our deck, right? See what's kind of going on with it. 17 is the highest. I think, honestly, starting to spades a lot of these things is probably going to be worth it. I'm going to go ahead and Hermit as well. I'm going to open up this Mega Arcana pack. We get a 5. Pretty worth it, I'm going to say. What else do we need? So we have aces are lacking, queen and jacks are lacking. So we'll take up aces because that's the most important for our build, and we'll move on. So here, none of these are really going to be helping us right now. Here we go. We have Vampire, which might be better than Hard Chalk or Walkie Talkie. Let's not get rid of Walkie Talkie because it's negative. So we'll think a little bit. Hanging Chad is nice, especially with the repeats and the glass. So I think the question is, should we just get rid of Card Trump? In this case, I think yes. And the reason why is because, as kind of as sucky as it is, and as much fun as it's not, as much as it does suck, low-key I enjoy it. So I'll get rid of this. There we go. High Priestess, use straight flush, use tons of 10s right here, really hoping for something else, and we do get ace, king, queen, jack, 10. He takes him, which I'm actually kind of starting to worry. Use, let's take both of these, and actually ace, 2, 3, 4, 5. Takes those as well. Is that 0.5? Ace. Actually, go ahead and. Yeah. Ace, King, Queen, Jack, 10. Takes it away. Temperance. Some gold. Nice. Then we move on. Twin pack. Actually kind of nice, but it's a little bit too late because we're investing in this vampire right now. Give her to a random suit. No. Alright. Temperance. Just to kind of grab more of these cards, and then we'll go. So no discards here. King, Queen, Jack, 10, 9. King, Queen. Here. I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, it's just smarter in this case. King, Queen, Jack, 10, 9. To go for the straights, and then just really buff up this vampire. Ace, Queen. We can go ahead and play for this. Not very good, but the more. Oh, wow. 10, 9, 8. No 7s. 6, 5, 4. We need 3s. There's no 3s. Okay. Go ahead and go for this. No 3s again. Dang, okay. That really sucks. We're gonna go for a high here, and yeah, it doesn't hit, and that's it. Dang, unfortunate. Okay, that is okay though. Then we're gonna go back and start working on our stuff again. So, let's see. Back to the Balatro class. Okay. You said all jokers are entitled to specific suits. You could just make it so that it gives a small bonus to whatever the suits of the cards do. Wrathful Joker increases damage. As an example. Okay. How can we play around with this? One thing that we haven't done yet is worked on the actual beginning of the class, which I think is what we'll be doing right now. So, tables, PHB, class feature. So as a poker player, you gain the following class features. What hit dice does this class have? It's not 1d12, not 1d10. It could be a 1d8, a 1d6, or a 1d6. I think, personally, I am a much bigger fan of. These are the questions. These are the questions. We could do per poker player level. Per level after first. Actually, as a Joker. Per Joker level. Per Joker level after first. I'm either between 1d8 or a 1d6. I think I'm gonna keep 1d6 because it seems like a very effects heavy class. In a lot of 1d8 classes, like for example, like Warlock, while they are spellcasting etc., I feel like this has more features befitting that of a spellcaster, right, than a half-caster. We'll see this now. We'll also name it. Oh. Here we go. Balatro class. And go back to the crew editor. Okay. So that's for a 1d6, 6 plus your constitution, 1d6, or also known as, what is it, 3.5, so 4 constitution per level. Armor, light armor, heavy armor, and shields. Does this class have any armor? Part of me says no. I don't think they use shields. I think that mostly what they have is light armor. And even then, it's tricky. Tools, none. Saving throws, skills. D&D skills. And they'll roll 20. See what they have. Do they have other actual skills? Brother, hand me the oats. Okay, acrobatics, no. Animal handling, no. Arcana, I could see Arcana. This is a good question, but choose 2 from. Let's look at the list, right? So we have Arcana. I think Intimidation, Deception, Perception, Persuasion are definitely up there. Athletics, Deception, History, perhaps History. History, Insight. History, Insight, Investigation. Performance. Persuasion, Religion, Sleight of Hand, Stealth, Survival. I think definitely Sleight of Hand. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10, which should not be the case. I do agree that maybe if we're doing a Joker class, and this is all about someone who plays cards, very spellcaster focused, the Wizard class actually just gets two features, right? Yeah, choose 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, out of 7. So how about this? We'll shave this down to 7, and you can only choose 2 from these. So out of these ones, which ones work? Arcana should go. Definitely think Sleight of Hand should stay. I think Persuasion, History. Okay, let's get rid of. Yeah, but History. Joker's historically though, all were like pretty smart. Let's not do Investigation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's get rid of Intimidation. There we go. So Deception, Persuasion, Sleight of Hand. Don't mind the spelling. Cool. I will change that later. There we go. And I definitely think that saving throws. There is Strength, Dexterity, Constitution. Dexterity, Constitution, Charisma, Wisdom, and what was the last one? Charisma, Intelligence. You choose one strong and one weak. So between Dex, Con, and Wisdom, and then between Intelligence, Strength, and Charisma. I definitely think that Charisma should be the way to go because this is a Joker class. The Jonkler, excuse me. Because this is a Charisma class, and I think out of the strong ones, I'm debating between Con, Dex, or Wiz. I low-key want to go Wisdom, so I think Wisdom and Charisma. Wisdom, come on, Charisma. There you go. Light armor, weapons. I don't see them using any weapons. Tools. Any tools that they use? No, I wouldn't say so. I like to think that they have proficiency in like certain in like card games or card hands. I think besides that, I mean, okay. Alright, I think overall, solid progress has been made. And I think, with that being said, I'm gonna call it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And if you're enjoying this stream, comment down below. I think, because I'm gonna be posting the VOD. But, second stream, excited for the new year. We're gonna keep it up. But yes, thank you. And have a wonderful rest of your day.